Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lorraine and I am an experienced and professional holistic and spiritual counsellor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling, mentorship, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. And I also offer astrology birth charts. Just check the details in the description box below this video for more information, or alternatively check out the New Earth Community website. Now I just want to give you another heads up here guys. So from Monday to Friday I will be posting to TNEC, the New Earth Community YouTube channel. Alright guys, and on the weekends I will post to my channel. So let's dive in there and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. Oh wow. Okay, so you're actually coming in with yourself here guys. Alright. Yeah, of course this could be very much how your person sees you, what they know about you here, or what they've learned about you here guys. Okay, so first you were coming in with the Empress. The Empress is both Taurus and Libra. Both are ruled by Venus, and Venus rules your second house of material resources. I had something for that too today. And the 7th house is about building partnerships. Alright guys, now what I see the Empress card about here guys, it's actually about material wealth in terms of the second house. It talks about what you hold on to. This could be a home here, how you value yourself here when you're coming in this way, how you see yourself in terms of the person that you are, self-identity here guys. It's got to do with your material wealth, your material prosperity here, your home, here your car. It's about what you own. That's what I'm getting here. All right, because it comes in as how would you say that? Yeah, so how these material resources make you feel here, but it comes in as what's been left to you here, what's being handed down to you. And so there is that attachment to traditional way of thinking here. Alright guys, traditional or even religion here. That's how I saw this card today. The Empress card. But there's room for more. There's room for more growth is what I'm getting. It comes in as, I would say it does come in as some kind of moving out of one environment and into another environment here, but also looking at here, or recognize here why you held on to a certain material possessions, your home. Yeah, of course, like I said, self-identity here, but there is also that reason why you hold on to it. It could be it's convenient. It could be the surroundings, the environment in which you live in. It's easier to access here. It can also come in as what you're known for. Alright guys. And so coming in with building partnerships, what it talks about here in your reading, well there's two ways in which I'm going to break that down for you. There are your past relationships here, okay guys, and there are also new relationships that you're forging, that because you're connecting with new people here. So there's a difference in the way in which you connect here. But what it also talks about in terms of those relationships is that I would say most people aren't aware of what you have here. Yeah, of course, I spoke about self-identity here, but it's your personal growth. It could also be seen as your own self-esteem, self-confidence is generated. I think that might be the right way to say it here, by what you own. And so there is a way in which you carry yourself. There's a way in which you walk here. Your attitude, your behavior, all right, guys, comes all down to the second house here. Now, in terms of building those relationships, yeah, of course, I would say pretty choosy here, guys. You could very well be quite a choosy person, or you choose who you mix and mingle with. But not only that here, guys, you choose what you talk about, what you indulge with others. So I would say here in your reading is that you're quite a private kind of person. Now, what it also talks about here in your reading is you're coming in with inner happiness here as well, when you're coming in with Venus. And so once again, it talks about those connections, those relationships that you are building. Of course, you can come in with confidence here in your reading. Yeah, there's I would say here, guys, is that when you do interact and forge new relationships here, you actually have a way, it's definitely confidence, and there's a courage that you have inside of you. This is how it's saying, or you're working towards it. Like I said, confidence here, self-worth, self-esteem, when it comes to building these relationships, but there's an ease or a calm way in which you do that, because you come at it by, I want to get to know you. I want to know more about you. That's what I'm getting here. I just want to make sure see, it also talks about here in your reading is that your conversation, the discussions that you have with people can be seen as quite stimulating for the other person. It's the way in which you communicate, because you're also coming in with the way in which you think here, guys. All right. Let me keep going here. Now, you're coming in with the High Priestess. You know, this to me is almost, well, what I'm picking up, it's coming in as the Two of Pentacles. It comes in as that change here. It's coming out of that Empress Venus mode and coming more into your following your gut here, guys. You know, having that knack here. There's another word, because this does talk about an inner knowing here. See, over here, like I said, in terms of the past, when it came to building relationships here, all right, guys, you purely relied on your eyeballs. You purely, you didn't see beyond the veil. And if you did, when it came to relationships, you kind of convinced yourself, or you convinced yourself that what your feelings were telling you here, not to listen to it. All right, guys. But what it's telling me here in your reading is that you're more inclined or more focused, I suppose, on your gut feeling here, your inner knowing here, guys, and your inner compass. But it also comes in with logic here, guys, using your logic here in your reading when you're coming in with the Empress card here. And what I get here also, so the High Priestess is Cancer here. You could almost say that it's Pisces as well here. is Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon here. Yeah. And so what it's talking about here in your reading, it comes in as no longer, that tunnel vision, no longer that narrow-mindedness, but also no longer being naive here, naivete here, guys. Yeah. There is a broader scope, I would say here, in the way in which you look at things now. Because your world is getting bigger, and it's getting bigger here because you're using both of these aspects of yourself, these elements here. And both cards I feel talk about all four alchemical elements here. The mind here, guys, the heart, your feelings, the mind, your thoughts, your thinking, your heart space, your feelings, your emotions here, guys, your actions, your strength, your courage here, all right, and also your everyday life here, and applying it here. So what I pick up there, guys, is that you actually follow your own knowing here, your guts, and gut feeling, and when it comes to interacting with people here, you follow your gut. That's what I'm getting here. You follow your own inner compass here. You no longer ignore it here. I want to pull some more cards here, guys. Woo. But there's also that need to keep yourself in check here, okay? And what I mean there is knowing the difference between illusion and reality. And in order to do that, I would say for yourself is to ground it here, is to actually do what you are thinking, as opposed to just leaving it as an idea. Like here, the want to learn to play an instrument here, yeah? And man, that is a really fantastic idea. And so not leaving it as a want, actually taking those action steps here to learn to play a new instrument. I just want to come in with that scenario. It's easy enough for you to understand here. Yeah, of course, what I also get here in your reading, it's like honing in those skills here, those tools, or using those tools to hone in on your skills. It's another way in which I can put it here, guys, and grounding it and actually putting it into action here, actually doing something with it so that it just doesn't stay as a dream or an illusion. Yeah, of course, you want to dream big here, guys, but unless you're going to take those action steps here, it will just remain as a dream, like dreams are here, guys. All right, so let's come in with the obstacles and challenges here. I'm not too sure if your person sees you the way in which I described here, guys, but they do notice, or they do know here, that there are some changes here that you were going through. Now, these changes could very well be an upgrade here, and once again, that upgrade is about everything that I spoke about here, learning to ground it. Yeah, learning to ground your dreams, learning to take the action to make it happen here. All right, that upgrade. And that upgrade could also be about having the confidence, the know-how, the knack here, guys, to do the things that you want to do. It's like a business owner here, guys. All right, so let's keep going here. Oh, wow. Okay, guys. I did shuffle that. All right. Okay, so you have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is seen as Jupiter here, guys. And so Jupiter rules Saggy. Okay, guys, and Saggy, Jupiter rules your ninth house of higher level of thinking. And it's everything that I spoke about here, guys. All right, when you came in with these two cards, the High Priestess and the Empress here. Okay, and so, you know, what this is talking about here in your reading is that it comes in as, well, no longer, or letting go here, guys, letting go, working through, I think it's the better way to say it, of course, letting go here of a past cycle. And I spoke about that with the Empress card. So once again, you're coming in with some major changes happening here. All right. Yeah, of course. Here, I was going to say here that this, yeah, destiny, what it can talk about here, guys, is finally getting back on the right path, the path that you choose here. Here in your reading, having that opportunity here, guys, for a restart, a new beginning here, a rebirth here, rebirth. Well, it talks about here with the Wheel of Fortune, having another shot here in your reading at making it right here. It could also talk about going back to, like I was saying with the instrument, going back to past projects here that you may have put on the back burner, that you may be wanting to kind of finish now. Yeah, you've got time, you want to, you no longer want to leave it as a dream. I actually want to invest in it here. See, this past cycle, the Wheel of Fortune can talk about what held you back in the past here. Who held you back? This could be old friends here, and I spoke about that here, guys. It could have been not having enough confidence in oneself here to trust in yourself and the universe that this was the correct path or the correct way in which you could do things. This is coming in as now you get that chance here. That's what I'm picking up with the Wheel of Fortune. Now you're coming in with the Tower. The Tower is both Aries and Scorpio. Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars rules your first house. All about me. I can, I will, I need. Here, I want, I desire. All right, guys. And you're coming in with Scorpio. All right, guys. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Okay. Yes. And Pluto rules your 8th house of transformations. And I'm pretty sure I've already spoken about transformations here. It's that rebirth here in your reading. This is like saying here guys, this is your next chance. This is a second chance. And it may prove to be a shock here in your reading, but what it talks about, well, the shock to get the next chance, the shock that I know what I'm doing this time, okay? Because this Tower moment is actually bringing in an end to a past cycle. Now, this could be either both you or your person here, guys. That's what I'm picking up. It's what the universe is saying in your cards, by way of your cards here. Now you're coming in with the Sun card here, and I spoke about happiness here, all right, because Venus is actually in Leo at this point in time. And when you're coming in with the Sun card and also the Tower card with Aries here with Mars being in your first house. Here, guys, well, it can talk about self here. Focusing back on oneself here, guys. Yeah, of course, there is a past here. Oh, I need to back that up. Here, guys, the sun is actually in Virgo. What I get there in your reading, alright guys, it's a chance to kind of, like I said, refine, hone in your skills here. Learn about the tools that you have in front of you. Alright guys, that's what I'm also picking up here in your reading. I don't know if the right word is, but there is that determination here to end the past cycle. Alright guys, because you are wanting a new cycle here. That's what I'm getting. And no longer holding back here. It's like you know the truth. It's like you know the truth here. Your person knows the truth. Alright, let's keep going here and let's come in with the potential outcome. I will touch on that. The potential outcome. Okay, Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's what I was going to say about the Sun card here in your reading. I was going to talk about here, it's all about you here, guys. It comes in as building a plan. Here's some kind of strategic plan, especially if you're coming in with Mars. All right. On how you're going to build it, because you've already tried in the past. Here in terms of the Wheel of Fortune, it comes in here, guys. You've already applied yourself. You've already applied yourself. You've already taken action here to build, let's say, a business. All right, guys. And when you went through that, when you applied yourself and you took certain action, it was just go out and do it. I'm just going to go out and do it. All right, but with the Sun card coming in here, and I do see it with Mars here as well, guys, okay, because the Sun and Mars is in Virgo. Virgo rules your 6th house. It's, okay, ruled by Mercury. All right, Virgo is ruled by Mercury here. It comes in as, I now know what I need to do. Maybe in the beginning, when you learnt a new skill here, guys, you didn't kind of know much about it, but you knew enough. All right. What I get here in your reading with the Sun card is you know a hell of a lot more now. See, your reading saying is no interference. That's what I'm getting here. All right, let's keep going. So you have the Three of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Wands, and you are coming in with the Ace of Swords here in your reading. Hard work will pay off. The hard work will pay off in terms of the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands here. It comes in as sticking to your gut feeling, sticking to what you know, even though people are going to be saying certain things in your ear here. This is a lot to do with you, to be quite honest. I do get your person may know certain things that you are up to here. What it also talks about in terms of the Three of Pentacles here, I get here in your reading, it actually comes in as with the people that you choose to build with, to build relationships with, to forge relationships here. Because there's that want to keep going. Yeah. It comes in as learning from your mistakes. Here it's almost like reframing the mind here, guys. When you go through failure, you're able to turn it into a positive for yourself here. So you're not dwelling in that failure, you're not dwelling in that rejection here. All right, it's all part of how to be better, in a sense, is what it talks about. And you have the Ace of Swords here. So there's triumph and success here, guys. So it does come in as the truth here. You know, it's about seeing the bigger picture. And when you do look at words like failure and you are able to reframe your mind, there is a truth in that here, guys. All right. All right, let's keep going here. And let's come in with the advice. There it is. One minute here, guys. There you go. You know you're coming in with the Death card. The Death card is Scorpio. Once again here, guys. Yeah, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Woo! And Pluto rules your 8th house of transformations here. It comes in as what serves you. That's what it talks about here. If it doesn't serve you, then you are letting it go. If it does, then yes, I'll hold on to it. I'll build here. I'll discuss the matter. But this talks about here in your reading is that you are going to stand on your own. Here, you don't follow the crowd. You don't follow the sheep. Here, you have a different way in which you think. Here, guys, I don't know if it's a different reality here. And if that is the case, here, guys, then what it talks about there is you have a different world view. Yeah. You are, I was going to say you are so noticed at this point in time. And it really comes, what it also talks about here, and you do have Mercury. Mercury is about the mind here. All right, guys, it does come in with the way that you speak and what you speak on here. The way that you interact. Like I said, there's stimulation here. All right, guys. Taking a negative to a positive. This may be how you interact with people here in terms of your job, in terms of what you do. You're coming in with counselling here, coming in with mentoring here. Now, I do get that your person is well aware that this is what you're up to. All right. Yeah, so if you want to know more about the death and transformation here, guys, okay, what you can go through, because that in itself is a cycle. Just book an image reading or tarot reading with me. Alright, as I'm not just a tarot reader. Okay, guys, just check out the details in the description box below this video if you want to know the difference between the two, or alternatively, check out the New Earth Community website. Alright, guys, I'm going to leave it there and I will catch you later. Bye.